Year 2024, second month, or February. Sorry I didn't have a video last month. It was kind of a busy blitz um, to start off the new year. But this channel is now going to be revived with this simple video, which is a commentary on how every programming language becomes COBOL eventually. I was recently discussing with some modern day COBOL developers how a new bank or insurance company avoids COBOL. They just kind of go straight to Java or a modern language. And it is in that, realizing that COBOL is a language that is maintained but not really expanded on anymore, that we can see the end of COBOL. So the biggest factor, of course, is just time, as I can show on the next slide. There is a basic function of decline, e to the negative x power. So the graph on the right could represent the amount of code left in the world or the economy or whatever of any particular language as time goes on. And since COBOL has entered maintenance only, while there are still people making careers in COBOL, and if you're interested, you should check it out, there is a transitioning happening towards other languages. Java and C# chief among them. So, we can actually say that every language will probably enter a period of decline where it starts riding on the e to the negative x graph. Java and C# are definitely not there yet. They're still on the positive e to the x. They're still growing. C++ might be slowing down, maybe flatlining, and it will, perhaps enter a decline in the next few decades. For example, Microsoft is intentionally moving from C and C++ to Rust for Windows, which I think is a huge boost for Rust. And that makes Windows, of all things, kind of an interesting operating system to use again. So, when I look out to see what other language is beginning to ride the e to the negative x, languages like COBOL that may have maintenance but are not really being used to make new stuff, all that really comes to mind right now is Ruby and Objective-C, which is what Apple used before Swift. So those two are writing e to the negative x. And you can look at the TIOB index to kind of see what is being taught and what's still being used to make new things, new companies, new products, new websites, new services, and so on. But every language eventually will decline like this. And we just kind of have to look for the COBOL pattern, which is large, older institutions that have a lot of code to maintain, but newer institutions just avoid the language. Like they're starting to avoid Ruby now. PHP, kind of wiggly, but I still think it's on the e to the x graph. It is growing because of WordPress and such. And I do have respect for its modern form. It is still a very important language. So that'll do it for this video. Stay tuned for more this year.